Okay, so one of my students always says or asks, "You feel me? You feel me?" So, for example, he'll say it, he uses it as a filler. So, if he were to say something like, "Oh, we have a test tomorrow, you feel me? But I know I'm going to get 100. You feel me? You feel me?" All right, so today I called him out on it. And of course, the class asked, "Well, how do you say that in Spanish?" So, I got a few ways. All right, so before we get into that, you know that in English, what exactly is he asking? He's asking, like, do you understand? Do you get it? Are you comprehending? Does that make sense, right? That's what he's asking the person who's listening to him. Okay, so first, you could simply ask the question, ¿Me entiendes? ¿Me entiendes? ¿Me entiendes? Now, you could say it with the me or without. You could also just say entiendes. Okay, that literally means, do you understand me? Now, in Spanish, we don't really translate these two words, do you? The words here, the me refers to me. Entiendes refers to you understand. Now, this is a more informal or familiar way to ask the question, and I can go into that in another lesson, right? But me entiendes in this case is when you're talking to somebody who is younger than you, someone your same age, someone that you are familiar with, or someone that you know well. Okay? If you want to say it in a way that is more formal, or if you're using it with someone who you would address as ma'am or sir, or someone that you don't know well, you would drop the S and you would say me entiende. That would be the more formal way to say that, or to ask the question, do you understand me? Me entiende. Okay? Another way is to use the question, ¿me comprendes? Do you comprehend? Same thing. Do you comprehend? You comprehend me. ¿Me comprendes? Or ¿me comprende? ¿Me comprendes would be the more informal way with people that you are familiar with or that are younger or the same age as you. ¿Me comprende? You would use in a more formal way with someone that you would address as ma'am or sir, or for example, if you're at work and you're talking to someone in a more professional setting. ¿Me comprende? ¿Me entiende? All right, so what is the difference between understand and comprehend, or entiendes and comprendes? It's just like in English. Understand is when you are grasping the basic meaning or significance of something. Comprehend implies a deeper, more superficial way of processing information or obtaining a greater, deeper understanding, right? In Spanish, it's the same way. So more commonly, we use me entiendes or me entiende. All right. Now, another way to ask that question is to say, like, are you following me? Right? You following what I'm saying? Are you following me? So to ask that question, you would say, me sigues. Me sigues? Same thing. That's the more informal way with people that you know well, someone who's younger or your same age. You're saying, you follow me. Do you follow me, or are you following me? ¿Me sigues? To say it in a more formal way, me sigue. Me sigue. Are you following me? Okay, so another way that you could ask that same or a similar question, you could just say, ¿Tiene sentido? ¿Tiene sentido? And what you're asking here is, does it or does that make sense? For this one, there's no informal or formal. I could go into the grammar rules, but that's a conversation for another day, right? In order to ask, does it make sense or does that make sense, you would say, ¿Tiene sentido? ¿Tiene sentido? Now, this one is not a direct translation because tiene means have or has. Sentido in this context is like significance or meaning. All right. So what you're asking literally is like, does it have meaning? We don't really say that, right? Does it have significance? That's not how we would ask it in English. In English, we would say, does that make sense or does it make sense? So, tiene sentido. All right. So one more time, what are the different ways to say, you feel me in Spanish? You could ask, ¿me entiendes? ¿Me entiende? ¿Me comprendes? ¿Me comprende? ¿Me sigues? ¿Me sigue? Or, ¿tiene sentido? Tiene sentido.